Good morning, everybody. Roed the Red here, coming to you once again from Louisville, Kentucky, with some crazy crap going on. I'm talking crazy crap. People in 3 different states, some of them, a lot of them actually, got a warning that there was some sort of a radiological event going on all throughout the state of Georgia, right? Well, if it was only in the state of Georgia, which it was bogus, then why did people in Alabama and Florida also get it? Makes no sense. But a lot of people did not get it as a test. They got it as an actual warning telling them to take shelter. Now, why would this keep happening? It happened in Japan, it happened in Hawaii, and it also, of course, for different things. And it happened, of course, this time for Georgia, but then, of course, for whatever the reason, people in Alabama and Florida got it too. Some people actually got it as a test, but a whole lot of people didn't. Now, why would this keep happening? Well, I'm going to tell you why. There is such a thing called cognitive dissonance. Look it up. It was explained to me in a docudrama that I saw on, what was that channel, back when I was still watching TV. I think it might have been National Geographic Explorer, possibly. But it was called, and you can find it on YouTube, it's pretty easy to find, it was called After Armageddon, which was not really an appropriate title, but they put it, I'm sure that's the only reason that they gave it, that was because they wanted to make sure people were going to see it, which was a good thing that they did. But it was explained in that docudrama what cognitive dissonance is. And what it is, let's say, for example, you live near a dam that has damage to it, and the people who are nearby that dam get warnings on a semi-regular basis that the dam is on the verge of breaking, could break at any time, flooding, evacuate because there's a flood warning and all this, what have you. Well, the people who are closest to that dam, because they do get those warnings as often as they do, they don't think anything of it. It's nothing but an annoyance to them for the most part. They don't expect that it's ever going to happen. Of people who are farther away, and the farther away from it they are, but can still be affected, they don't get the warnings, so they're more concerned than the people who are closer to it. Now, if you think about it, and I've mentioned this in some of my previous videos, this is a very effective weapon to use on the people of your country. It really is, especially when the main objective by the people in control is depopulation. Why would they want us to actually hear this, believe it's real, and do anything to protect ourselves? They don't want us to do that. I'm absolutely certain that that's the reason that these things keep happening, and they're going to continue to happen, whether they claim it's never going to happen again or not. It will. Trust and believe it's going to continue to keep happening. And that's the reason why. They want to desensitize all of us, or as many of us as possible, so that when the time comes that it is real, the majority of us, as far as they're concerned, are not going to do anything to protect ourselves and our families. Well, what they don't realize is a whole lot of people don't trust them already. We know what they're up to, and we are going to do what we can to do just that, protect our families and ourselves. Now, getting that out of the way, now we have something really weird going on. I don't recall. All I remember is it's in the DRC, Democratic Republic of the Congo. You can get more information on this if you go to Florida Maquis or Jennifer Veterans for Truth, they go into a lot of this a whole lot deeper. But a small city, maybe just a little town, where allegedly Ebola has not risen to the surface yet, but this particular place has an Ebola treatment center that is approximately right now about 6,000 square feet, and it is going to be, they are building another, or they're expanding this one or the other, I'm not sure which, but by the time they get done, they're going to have an Ebola treatment center that is about 160,000 square feet. God knows how many levels it's going to be, specifically just for treating people with Ebola. Now, why are they putting this in a small little place where, according to them, there's been no Ebola outbreak just yet? I don't know. That doesn't make any sense. I think it has been there. It probably already is. A lot of people are probably dying there. They're trying to keep a lid on it. We already know that at least 100,000 people in the DRC, if not more, are dying from Ebola. They're just claiming that the majority of them is actually measles. Right. Uh-huh. Right. At any rate, don't let yourselves be desensitized by these bogus warnings that they later come out claiming were only a test. The reason why, this one was radiological and it was bogus, well, there have been, I think one was, I don't remember exactly what the ones in Japan and Hawaii were, if they were missile attacks or if they were tsunamis. It could be either one, but I would imagine that as often as Japan has things that can cause tsunamis, like underwater earthquakes and what have you, well, it could be, they could wind up saying that, with reference to anything, because there are so many things that we have looming on the horizon that could happen. Not only do we have, the possibility of an EMP, cyber attack, solar flares, CME, of course, nuclear attack is on there. There's this, and of course then there's disease like Ebola or, the swine flu, avian flu, all sorts of things that can happen, could happen, and more than likely, eventually, all of them probably will. So they're probably eventually going to wind up having these bogus warnings go out for a variety of things. And again, it's all for one reason and one reason only: to desensitize the population so that when the time comes, almost nobody does anything to protect themselves, so that they will, when something actually comes down, a lot of people are just going to die. That's what they want. They want to be rid of at least 95% of us. And something is on its way, whether it be Ebola or what have you, that's going to do exactly that, if we don't get off our duffs and get prepared. And as I have stated so many times, and I'm going to say it again, we need a ton, as much as possible, of the following: non-perishable food, water, body and oral hygiene supplies, first aid, weapons, whatever you can manage to get. If the best you can do is a 6-foot-long red oak staff in the hands of everyone in your family, get them. They're only about $20 at Amazon. I would suggest some guns and some ammo. I really would. Machetes even, knives, anything that you can use. Slingshots, good quality slingshots, anything that you think is going to really be of benefit. Stealth weapons are great. Air-powered BB guns, pistols with a good deal of air pressure behind them. Those things can actually be very helpful, very beneficial. You wouldn't think that they could be, but they're stealthy. They don't make a lot of noise. Nobody knows what's coming at them, where it's coming from. All they know is they just got hit by something that hurts. that's at least enough to get somebody disoriented long enough to do what needs to be done when the time comes. At any rate, I love you guys. I'm not doing this for my health. I'm doing this to help others, because I already know what's going on. I'm doing what I can on my end. Not sure exactly what I need to do next, but I'm trying to work that out between God and myself. At any rate, be at peace, be prepared, be with God through Christ. Till next time, Row Ed the Red, signing out. Peace out, y'all.